In this video, we are going to look at how to create a dashboard. A dashboard is a way of displaying various types of visual data in one place, just like your car dashboard that gives you real-time information of what's happening to your car. A dashboard for your data also gives you a summary of what's happening to your data in one place. So let's use this data set to explain how to create a dashboard. This is a data set of sales. Here we have order dates, region, from where the sales are coming from, managers in charge, we have the salesperson, items sold, units of items sold, unit price, and sales. The first thing to do to create a dashboard is to create pivot tables. Then from the pivot tables you create charts. Now let's create a sheet called pivot table. So click this plus sign again to create another sheet, double click to rename it, and let's type dashboard here, dashboard. So we need two sheets, one sheet for the pivot tables, another sheet for the dashboard. So let's create a pivot table. Now first let's name this data set. Let's give this data set a name. So I would click on anywhere in this data set and I'll press Ctrl A to highlight the entire table. Ctrl A. Now I'll right click and I'll give this table or this data a name. Click on define name here and give this data a name. Let's call this data sales table. Now you don't need to put a space, if not it won't work. -2 does not work, so make sure the word is a single word. So sales table, click on OK. So I'll click on pivot table and create my pivot tables. Click on where you want to place your pivot table, click on insert, click on pivot table, and the table you want to reference is the sales table that I just named, sales table. Now you want an existing sheet, that's this particular sheet, and then click on OK to create the first pivot table. So let's create a pivot table of the sales per manager. So sales amount comes to values and manager comes to rows. So this table gives us sales based on the managers. Double click here and rename this as managers. Now you can create a chart based on this pivot table. Click anywhere in the table and make sure you are in the Analyst tab. Click on pivot chart to create a chart for this table. So let's go for this one. Click OK. So you can remove this header here by clicking on analyze and click on field buttons, this icon here, to remove it. Then remove out this one also, this legend. Click on it and press backspace. Let's name this sales by managers. Double click here and type this and type sales by managers. So you can then copy this, click on this chart, Ctrl X to cut it and paste it in the dashboard sheet. I'll paste it somewhere here, Ctrl V. So you want to create as many charts as possible and you paste them in this dashboard sheet. So a dashboard is a combination of two or more charts. Now so let's go back and create more pivot tables. Click here and go to insert, click on pivot table and want to reference the sales table again, sales table. Click OK. You can see the sales table is not correctly spelled, so it should be sales. E is missing, sales. Click on OK. Now let's create a pivot table of sales. Drag the sales field to the values section and let's drag salespersons to row. So sales by the marketers, these are the marketers. So this table gives us a summary of the sales by what? By the marketers. So click anywhere and click on pivot charts to create a chart for this pivot table. Let's create a pie chart. Click on pie chart. Let's use this 3D pie chart and click on OK. Now like before, click on analyze and remove this header here, this sum of sales amounts icon. Click here to remove it. Now you can also remove all this. Click on it, right click and delete it. Now bring in elements. Let's bring in labels. Click here and add data labels. Let's add data labels, that's figures. So you can change the styles of your charts let's click this icon to change the styles of this chart. There are various styles of this pie charts. Let's see. Okay, this one is okay. Click on this. Remove this legend. Right click and click delete. So this is sales by marketers. Title this chart as sales by marketers. So I would click the chart, press Ctrl X to cut it on your keyboard and paste it in the dashboard area. So I would paste it somewhere here. So we have our second chart for our dashboard. Let's create more charts. Click here, click on insert, click on pivot table, and let's reference our sales data which is named sales table, and click on OK. Now let's create a pivot table of sales. Click it, drag this to the value section, sales by region. Drag the region to this rows section. Now you have sales by region. Let's rename this as region. Now click anywhere in the pivot table and create a chart for this. Click on pivot chart and let's create a simple line chart for this. Click on line and you have several designs for the line chart. Let's use this one. Click on this one and click OK. Remove this thing here, this sum of sale, by clicking on analyze and clicking on this field button icon. Click on it to remove it. Also remove this legend here. Click it and click on backspace to remove it. Now name this sales. Double click and press your backspace key to remove total and name this sales by regions. So I would click the chart and I would right click, cut it and paste it in the dashboard sheet. So let's paste it under here, Ctrl V. So let's create one more chart to complete our number of charts for the dashboard. So go back to pivot table sheet, click on insert, click on pivot, and you want the sales table and click on OK. So let's create a chart, a pivot table based on the total sales per product sold. So let's drag the sales amount to the values section and drag items to the rows section. So this table will give us the sales based on the products. So I'll click anywhere in this pivot table and click on pivot chart to create a chart for this pivot table. So we have line chart, pie bar, area chart. Let's use area chart. Click on area chart and click on OK. Click on analyze and remove this sum of sale amount icon by clicking on this field button icon. So click on this to remove it, backspace on your keyboard, then rename this as sales by product. Now I'll click it again and I would cut it, Ctrl X, and take it to the dashboard sheet. So let's have it pasted here, Ctrl V. So now we have 4 charts that we can use for our dashboard. So let's now come to this chart, click on it, and you want to create slicers for your charts. Now don't forget, slicers are used to filter your charts. So click on this one, this chart, go to insert, click on insert and click on slicers. Let's create various slicers. We'll create region slicers, click on OK, drag it to this place, click again, go to insert, click on slicers again. Let's create manager slicers, click on it. So let's create as many slicers as possible. Click on this chart again, go to insert, slicers. Let's have 6 persons slicers. Okay, now you see the reason why we are creating slicers. Now still on this chart, click on it, go to insert, click on slicers, and let's have slicers based on the order dates. Click on order dates, click on OK. Okay, I think these 4 slicers are enough. So one thing before I go on, you can remove these border lines. All these lines is in Excel. You can remove the lines by going to view, go to view and uncheck this grid lines checkbox, uncheck it, and you have a plain sheet to work with. Now you can also change the background of this Excel sheet. What you do is to click on this triangle icon to select the entire sheet and go to home and change the fill color of the entire cells. You can change it to whatever you want. Let's use this one. So just to make our dashboard look enticing, what you need to do next is to rearrange all these charts. Rearrange to make it look presentable. So basically we are done. Just for us to rearrange all this. So I'll take this to this place. This one comes here. This one, just drag from the top. Let's bring this one here. Right now this slicer is of one column. You can see when you click on it and you go to options, click on options, and you see that this slicer has only one column. Let's make it 3 columns. Click on increase it to 3 columns. 1, 2. So 3 I think is okay. Let's try 4. So let's leave it like this. So we have 2 more charts under. This should be under like this. This one should be under like this. So this one can be taken down. Click on it and take it down because it's a long list of dates. You can drag this one down. Now this is our dashboard. You can see we have arranged to make it look presentable. Now, but one thing we didn't do is to give a title. You need to give your dashboard a title. So I'll take this one down. Now I'll insert a text box. Click on insert for my title. Click on text box and drag it here. This will be where I'll place my title, the title of this dashboard. So let's call this sales dashboard for the year 2018. So I'll highlight and increase the font size. Let's take this to too much, 30, or let's make it 28 is okay. So let's align it to the middle. Click on this to align to the middle. Bold it. Let's give a color of blue. Now this is looking nice. So these are dashboard. Number one thing, see if you click on each of these slicers, these filters, you will get. Let me click on this one and see what happens. Just pay close attention. Click on this Michael. What happens? So only this chart changes. You want a situation whereby when you click on this Michael, it will filter for every chart, for all the charts, not just this chart. So the filter will affect all the charts. To clear filter, click on this clear filter to return back to the normal charts. Click on West and you see that the other charts remain the same. The filter that we applied here by clicking on West affects only this chart, sales by manager. So you need to connect all these slicers together. Click on clear filter, right click on each of these slicers, right click and go to report connections. Now you want to click every pivot table to link all the charts together. Click on OK. Do the same for other slicers. Right click on report connections, click on everything to link all the charts together. OK. Right click, go to report connections and click everything. So this one also right click, report connections and click everything. Click on OK. Now you can see when I click on any of these filters, click on Shelly for example, see what happens. Not just the sales by manager chart changes, the sales by marketers chart changes, and other charts too changes based on the filter I've applied. So to clear all filters, click on this thing here, this icon here to clear all filters. So now this is how to create a dashboard in Excel. So dashboard tells you or shows you real-time information of what's happening to your data. Anytime I go to my sales data and I change something, let's say sales here increased by 100,000 and I change it to 100,000, it reflects in my dashboard once I save my information.